September 19th, full body day, workout breakdown here. Again, not going to go over the monthly emphasis with you guys here. I just don't think it's worth your time, and it's something that, again, we do 3 days in a row, so a lot of you'll know exactly what's going on when you come into class at this point. Not that I know which of the 3 days it is in this block. The 19th, actually, I can find out for you really quick. It's the third day. So yeah, this will be the third time you've done the knee strength and endurance. The first block, so 3-minute ramp up, ball clean to overhead. We did this a couple weeks ago. I've actually built out the programming to a much more layered perspective with Excel, and I'm really excited about it. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I'm going to try to be better and better with the programming and get you guys a little bit more consistent with particular lifts. And I get a lot of feedback on these types of things, these Olympic-y style lifts that people would like to do more on an island or an isolated type of situation rather than just always in like Metcons and AMRAP. So, and I totally hear it. Like, I love working on these things. They're fantastic, and the value is monumental. So, ball clean to overhead, tons of slam balls, all the weights. We go all the way up to 150 pounds. Not that anybody's doing that, I don't think. But the goal here is to work on a very complex movement. And a ball clean to overhead, although it reads simple and it seems like it's just like from the ground to overhead, I don't understand what's so tough about that, Corey. The technicalities and the efficiency with load transferring across your kinetic chain is monumental. Like, it's huge. It starts obviously with the setup at the bottom, almost the bottom of a deadlift or a deep squat. A very explosive high pull where triple extension is occurring. Your elbows are flaring out. You have to have the right grip. Generating enough power from that triple extension and that high pull to elevate the ball so it's essentially getting to a point of floating up near the upper part of your chest. Obviously working on the hand flip, which a lot of us still struggle with. This movement's never going to be super clean and super comfortable if you don't work on the hand flip at the top and getting underneath the ball, which can only occur, again, if you're generating enough power and being forceful enough through the lower half of your kinetic chain to get that ball elevated. And then once you get to your chest and you've made that hand flip and you reset yourself, obviously the push press occurs, and getting up and overhead is a whole nother piece of this, right? You got to get up and overhead. And we talked about this a lot in class. You also want to get up and overhead in a position where your arms and shoulders are locked out and you're stable and you have some level of control, which also, from a technicality standpoint, forces you, the ball, to get underneath the ball as you've generated that power from your legs and the push press up and overhead. So there's a ton going on, and I've always loved these movements. I've loved working on them, feeling the transfer of the load and the force across your body and figuring out how to make it like cutting butter. It's like the rower, you can look at some people's rowing stroke and be like, what is going on? It's super choppy and they're breaking and they're all over the place and they're flailing. And then you got some people that are just smooth and controlled and they're generating a ton of power. I like to work on that. That's what... From a training perspective, I like to dig deep, pull the layers back, and start breaking down a little piece of it. And anybody that's ever taken my class, I like to just watch. I just stand there and, as weird as it sounds, I'll stare at you for a minute. And I'm just trying to break down, where in the kinetic chain are these kinks occurring? What's causing the kink? And how do we reset and fix that kink? Is it a full teardown of the movement? Do we got to start from the bottom up? Or is it something that we can correct in the middle and go from there? So this movement brings all that to focus. And again, it's a lot and it's neat. And I think it's a great opportunity for you guys to not only feel more efficient with your body, but also you can, on the surface level, the superficial level, you can just see more weight being moved, right? Where a lot of times it's not just about the weight you're moved, it's how fluently does that weight move, right? If I'm moving a 70-pound ball and somebody next to me is moving a 70-pound ball, but mine looks like it's cutting butter and the other one looks janky as hell, there is a difference between those two things. We're both moving 70 pounds, but I'm way more efficient than the person next to me. So, or, switch them around. Doesn't have to be me. I could be the janky one, I suppose. But 5 sets, 90 seconds in between. The flexibility and rep counts here is based off of, obviously, are you working on the technicalities of the movement? Are you purposely trying to get a little bit more volume? Are you trying to kind of break, get through these kind of unbroken? Are you treating them more like singles? Are you trying to go up a weight class? There's reasons why I would do 6, and there's lots of reasons why I would do 8. Maybe I'm just like, I'm not in it today to move a lot of weight. I'm going to go down in weight, and I'm just going to work on the conditioning capacity side of this, and I'm just going to try to do sets of 8 unbroken in a row as fluently as possible. So there's that as well. So the 3-minute ramp up is there. It has to be there. There's a lot of people in the gym, females and males included, that are just using 60, 70, 100-pound balls. you got to work your way up to that, and you don't have time to do it with the monthly emphasis here. So you'll ramp up, find your ball, and then get your sets started. Following that, I know it's a full body day. I wanted to put arms into here. Arms kind of got left out here in these 2 weeks. So although it's listed as full body day, if you're watching this video, you will know that it's also arm day. So nobody else will know that. So the benefits of watching the video. Yeah, couldn't leave them out. Really wanted to hit those, and I didn't want to do it just like lifting arms because again, I didn't put arms on the map. On the calendar. So we made it more of a Metcon arms. I actually did this workout, fully transparent. I did this workout in my garage the other day. It was fantastic. A little bit longer runs than this, but same concept. We don't have as much time as I did in my garage, but a 200-meter run, triceps, biceps, 4 times. Right into the next set of 4 200-meter runs again, tricep, biceps, more of supplementary lifts. So we'll do the primary lifts first because we want to use our energy on the primary lifts, the heavier lifts, the lifts that are more progressive in terms of muscle growth, and then the supplementary lifts come second because again, we're going to obviously drop the weight. We're going to be pre-exhausted. These lifts don't require as much energy, nor are they as efficient as the primary lifts. So again, it's just better to do them second. And then again, you should have like 22-ish minutes, give or take. It totally depends on how fluid the beginning of the class is. Some classes are just quicker moving than other classes, we'll say, to get to the chin-ups at the bottom, which I'm hoping you guys do. And then keep in mind, guys, like the clock typically goes off at the end of your hour. You still have 10 minutes between classes, and I'm totally fine. I think all the trainers can say the same. If you guys take 3, 4, 5 more minutes because you wanted to accumulate a little bit more volume on something like these chin-ups. Like I would never tell you to stop doing those until it got like 3 or 4 minutes before the next class starts. And I'm like, all right, we got to kind of wrap things up. So just keep that in mind when you guys get in here. And yeah, I hope you guys see the value of this clean to overhead and want to do some arms secretly on full body day.